Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? How's it going? Today we're going to be playing some Golgari. And actually, I want to point out, this is going to be something we haven't done, I think, in 2 sets now, maybe even 3. But we're going to be playing some life drain Golgari. So we gain life, they lose life. See if we can get to stack up a bunch of little triggers and kill them before they kill us. It's going to be a little bit of a race and a little bit weird, but I think we can get there. So let's find out if it's any good on the standard ladder. Let's go. If you want to support the channel, remember to check out shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn and use promo code PowrDragn. You'll save 5% on everything you order over there at UltraPro, and that includes all the new sweet stuff from their Lemon Yellow collection this month. I also want to say, if you want this sweet shirt, be sure to check out the merch store. Link is down in the description. Okay, so when we're playing this deck, there is a small problem. And actually, I'd say that it's actually kind of a big problem when playing this deck, is that we are playing a very limited amount of removal. And that's kind of because we have to have a lot of room to do other things. And then we also had to make a decision on if we wanted to be a spell-heavy version or if we wanted to try to do it with other permanents. So I opted to go with the permanents. I did test some of the stuff with the actual spells and trying to stack up things to make like pest tokens and stuff. But I decided to go a little bit of a different direction. We're going to see if this works out. So we've got 4 Shambling Gas, and no surprise there. We're playing 3 Valentin and Lizette, and this is because early you can just play Valentin as a life gain thing, which is fine. And he does keep your opponent from having stuff to go to the graveyard. You can pay to have stuff exiled, which is kind of nice. Or, actually I say, it gets exiled, but then you get to pay to make a 1/1. Or, you can go ahead and just play Lizette, and then pump all your team. Either way is fine by us. We're playing 2 Deadly Disputes and 3 Plumb the Forbidden. I could have went the other way. We kind of still want the option of trying to get a lot of cards off the Plumb the Forbidden in just weird situations. However, I have a feeling since we're not stacking up a ton of the pest tokens, probably going to want to lean toward Deadly Dispute to be a little bit better, especially because of the treasure. But then we have 4 Galagreeters, and this is interesting because Galagreeters obviously gives us a bunch of choices, but this is one of the decks where actually the life link choice is actually, or life gain choice is actually beneficial. So we'll see if it pays off. I don't know if it's going to, but maybe. So we got 3 Dina because every time we gain life, the opponent loses life. We can also forcefully sacrifice stuff, which is kind of nice. Then we have 3 Graveyard Trespasser because, again, we're draining the opponent's life total. I'm trying this out in here because I know if I don't play it, every time we've played some version of this deck, people said, why aren't you playing Marauding Blight Priest? And it's usually medium to bad, but we're going to play it anyway just so people get to see us play it. And maybe I'll be wrong this time and it'll work out great. Then we have 3 Sedgemoor Witch because, again, we do have a few spells, not many, but they will possibly let us generate some pest. We'll see what happens. Then we have a Sorin because we can make dudes at lifelink. Then we have 2 Lolth, which works great with Galagreeters and just gives us a bunch of blockers, which is fine. Then we have 3 Blood on the Snow because, of course, we can get stuff back out, and that could be an alternate win condition. We do have Professor Onyx also doing the drain thing. Not a lot, though, mostly just going to be helping us find cards. And then Meathook Massacre because that drains constantly and also gains life, so that helps us, right? Then we have Snow-Covered Swamps for 10. We have 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrant, 4 Snow-Covered Forest, 4 Darkboar Pathway, and then we're actually playing 3 Riveteers Overlook because it does gain life randomly and fits our game plan. So we'll see how this goes. This feels like it's going to be a wild ride, so strap yourselves in. Y'all know the drill. You get to watch some games, then in the games, we're going to review this mess and see what we would change. But for now, enjoy the games. I'll catch you on the other side. Yeah, we'll keep this. Get that down there, and then we might just try to Deadly Dispute our way in after that. They also have a Shambling Gas. Okay, well, that's not the most convenient thing. Alright, guess we pass. They want to duress us? Well, we kind of have to use this, sadly. Hey, and we drew all creatures. We blocked them. We did it. Not exactly how I expected that was going to go, but we'll take it. Alright, now we have to figure out how we want to play with our mana here. We've got... we could this into this and then have these next couple turns? Yeah, I guess so, because we could make treasure off of that. So hopefully they don't have an instant speed way to deal with their duder. All right, get rid of that. Turn this into a 2/2. And that's some kind of start. I mean, they know the bulk of our hand, too. Our hand's basically face up at this point. Losing the Dina, or losing that is a little tough with Dina in hand. They could steal our Dina, that's fine, whatever. I mean, worst case scenario, we're just going to end up trading this Graveyard Trespasser for their 2 duders, which is not great, but we also can't just sit here and not attack with our dude, which is a little bit tough. We did not draw well here, did we? Alright, we're going to go ahead and play this. Sadly, knowing we're going to get a Dina back, but not a lot we can do. But we do get to attack and get an extra drain off that, which is important. So let's get that. I mean, not the best 2-for-1 exchange we've ever had, but... Oh, wait, are you not going to double? I was going to say, I assume you're double blocking, right? They're not. Wow. So they want to hold on. Huh. Okay. Not sure why that is. I'm going to leave that up. Mostly so we can respond if we need to. We can activate Dina to sacrifice the Shambling Gas and get rid of their Valky. Alright. This is exactly the type of scenario. Oh, they could pay 2 in response here. They have the other treasure. That's a little unfortunate, huh? And then it's going to turn into a 2/4. Oh, wait. They did that first? Oh, opponent, you should have waited. Because now we get to get your creature and you don't even get the 1/1. Yeah, they should have waited till the trigger from that went on and then see if we try to kill it or not. That would have been the play. Yeah, now we're just going to attack. Get rid of that. Alright. In the turn. I mean, something's going to be big. I would say there's a fight rigging there. So, like, this isn't going to be great for us. Alright, that's going to be a 4/4. We're going to scrap this. We're going to have all kinds of mana. Hopefully find one of our big planeswalkers here. We did not. That is highly unfortunate. Alright, sacrifice another creature. Then it gets +X +0. Alright, so we can play something like this. Attack with Dina. Opponent blocks. We give Dina plus whatever. This drains the opponent for 1. It's possible we attack here. Opponent blocks. Okay, so we'll get drained for 1 here. So that's 2. They go to 9. We could sack this knowing it's going to die. So we get to deal 4 to the opponent to put them to 5. Actually, this would drain them as well for 1. So they'd be at 4. I mean, that feels like a little bit of risky business, but might be correct. So let's go find out. I mean, really? Oh, man. Well, crap. I mean, I wasn't expecting to get to kill this. Okay. I mean, I guess this is what we're doing. Since we've got another Dina. I mean, hope they don't have a sweeper, I guess. But then we have Den of the Hive of the Eye Tyrant, so sure. Yeah, all right. There's another one. Does gain them a life back. But is that just it? We attack. Actually, we play this. We would drain them for 2, so they go to 4. And then, yeah, we just sacrifice and they die. Or we attack with this and they die. I'm just making sure I'm not screwing this up, but I can't. I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I was going to say, I can't think of a scenario where they survive. Okay, we are keeping. I mean, this doesn't feel too bad, right? We've got Galagreeters, which we could roll right into a Graveyard Trespasser. And then we've got some Dina action to follow. And in case of emergency, we can break glass on a meat hook. Maybe. Alright, this is pretty good, all things considered. Go ahead and turn this into a 2/2. Attack. Expressive Iteration, okay. Now, the trick here is, I guess we want to grow the Galagreeters at least once. Actually, we can do better than that. We can actually Dina, gain the life, drain the opponent, play a ghast, turn this into a bigger thing, and then get in there. Alright. Opponent's at 11 already. We've also got to plumb the Forbidden so we can sacrifice the Shambling Gas. Oh, opponent's doing a check on our stuff here. What's going to die? Oh, Dina might bite the bucket here. Kick the bucket. I don't know why I say bite the bucket. Who bites a bucket? Man, sometimes brain doesn't cooperate. All right. We're going to take our turn here. I think we just attack with everything. Actually, okay, not necessarily true, because by sacrificing the Shambling Gas early, we actually end up draining the opponent for 2 more life. So let's go ahead and just do that first. And it's possible we might find something to cast here to grow the Galagreeters or drain the opponent, depending. Oh, speaking of which, actually, we're not going to do that. We're going to wait, because if it works, we want to do that next turn to put the bonuses on everything, I think. Just playing it right now to drain the opponent means we would drain the opponent, assuming they block a 3/3. So they're going to take 3, 4, drain for 1 is 5, 6. So they're going to end up at 5. And the other problem here, though, is they could meat hook next turn, and then we're going to feel real bad. But even if they attack for 1 and they have a land, like, it's all kind of bad. All right, let's see what they do on the attack here. Because this does have implications depending on what they decide to do. Because they might be needing to block here, because they didn't play a land. Or did they? Maybe they did play a land that turn. All right, so they want to block there with Dina, which makes sense. They're willing to take 6 here. All right, here's what we're going to do. This sounds bold and crazy, but I'm going to meat hook for 2. Would kill Dina here, mind you. But if I gain life and attack next turn, opponent's just dead, right? And we're trying to protect ourselves from getting meat hooked ourselves. So our choices basically are, gosh. All right, I think we just meat hook for 1. Well, never mind. What I was planning on doing there before the opponent conceded, I was thinking, like, if I just meat hook for 1, Then we go ahead and kill off Dina and this other 1/1, right? So we still have 2 3/3s. And then I was actually just going to take the turn to go ahead and just play this as a 1/1 so we could turn this Galagreeters into a 4/4. And then what that does is means if they got a land and they had a meat hook, then the most they could do is get rid of our Trespasser and this, which would give them a little bit of life, but then we also have a 4/4 and can possibly find a way to end the game from there if we top deck a creature or whatever. However, we would also because we'd have a meat hook masker out, they would also lose life, so I guess this would just be lethal unless they had 2 removal cards that they could play for 4 mana, which we hadn't seen this game. So I think it would have been best to just go ahead and get our meat hook down and then just play this for 1 and then just call it good there. I think would have been the play. I don't think we can do anything with this. We're going to mulligan it. Ooh, this is like the same hand, but worse. Actually, I guess we'll get rid of that. Oh boy, this is going to be a tough one. I should have just kept the first hand. All right. I don't even know what I'm hoping to draw here. Because even if we get a thing to play on 2, we're kind of looking for a land to play something on 3. So I don't even know. Like, we just lose a life draw card with this? Alright, cool. We're already dead. But, yeah. Unless we draw just, like, straight lands to be able to Blood on the Snow, I don't know what we're going to do here. What's going to happen here? We go Galagreeters. Maybe into a Blight Priest. Oh, gosh. How do we do this? Because we know we know the opponent's going to be gaining life, so, like, I'm not really sure what the opposing play is here. We are ripping lands, though, so, I mean, you know, that part of the plan is at least something. Sure? I mean, and this is just to try to keep us alive, currently. I don't think it does much. Because we're just going to be taking significantly more damage as this goes on. Okay, that's kind of a thing. Alright. I mean, I'm not sure what we're going to be able to do here. Yeah, I think us missing a land there is pretty rough. The plus side, though, is I guess we could get a Loth, get a couple of blockers on the spiders, maybe protect ourselves from like 4 or 5 damage, see where that goes, and maybe top deck a Blood on the Snow, get back a Loth. But, I mean, we have to draw effectively land here, I think. I don't think there's any other way we survive. Like, and even then, land doesn't guarantee we survive. It just gives us a shot at it. Alright, so here's what we can do. We're going to gain 2. We're going to make a treasure. So that guarantees we can get the Blood on the Snow off. If somehow we live to be able to tell the tale. But if they get rid of even 1 blocker here, we can't do anything. I guess we might as well attack with this. Yeah, that's safe. Because if they block, that's good for us. But yeah, any one removal card and we're just toast here. I mean, literally, just kill a spider. That's all you got to do, opponent. Don't get tricky. If they off a spider, we actually can't win. And honestly, my mistake might have been just not making a treasure the turn sooner. Actually, we can't win anyway, right? Because if we block 4, we still take 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're going to take more than enough. We're dead. Yeah, GG's. It's like, we can't do anything anyway. Ooh, let's keep it. This is a rough keep. There's not, okay, that helps. I was like, there's not a lot going on here. I mean, we have basically nothing on 2. Unless we want to play this, but probably want to hold it, all things considered. Yeah. Not doing much. I guess we just pass. We're better off blocking here. If they just exile our Duder, they exile our Duder. Yep, there goes Meat Hook. I mean, it's got to be the Meat Hook Massacre, right? Like anything else just feels like the wrong answer. Yeah, I was going to say. If it wasn't Meat Hook, I was going to be very shocked. Good news is they can't really attack there, so that's pretty nice. No attacks. Mostly because if we block, then we get to 2 for 1 them, and that's not terrible. Alright, Apparition. They have to discard a card at least if they want to get rid of the Trespasser. So that's not terrible. Can attack with the 3/1 in the air. Alright, we're slowly getting to a point where we could do something here. Also be aware that a Meat Hook for 1 is actually pretty stout here for us, because we get to get rid of their whole board and keep our Sedgemoor Witch. Because the Shambling Gas dies, and then we actually get to do an additional one to the Apparition. So that's pretty strong. And we're at 14, so we got a little wiggle room here. Might also decide to go ahead and play Loth first and see what kind of removal things they got going on. Just to test the waters, if you will. Yeah, let's see what they got going on.
My children drench a gift in exchange for loyalty.
No attacks. I don't know why I think there might be a Wandering Emperor over there. I mean, who knows? Maybe their hand's just lands, but okay, Intrepid Adversary. That's annoying. So now we're gonna have to go ahead and... Okay, they at least tap out for us to make our job easier, though. So yeah, we just shove everything on blocks here. Because we need the Shambling Gas to die, or else we can't really Meat Hook for... Actually, even then, we can only Meat Hook for 2 unless we find a land. So it's actually a bigger problem than it looks like. We kind of have to get them... We need them to attack with an adversary here. If they don't, it's real bad for us. Because we need to be able to kill that. Actually, I say that. It depends. Because if we kill... This is a weird situation for the opponent. Because if we just double block the Spellbinder, then that... Well, it doesn't really unlock Meat Hook. Because it's already got the +2 on the cost. So yeah, we still need the Shambling Gas to die. Alright, opponent did us somewhat of a favor here. So now what are we looking to do? We can... Wow. We plumb the Forbidden, we get a bunch of 1/1s, right? So we can block everything on the ground. So that's kind of brings that back to equilibrium. We can get the treasure to further unlock the Meat Hook. All right, let's do it. Let's get rid of these 3. I think this is safe. We'll get the treasure, because again, with the land, we should be able to unlock this massacre for no big issue there. And that's nice. Oh, a new one, huh? We didn't get the land we wanted. And this creates a different situation because now I'm wondering if we want to save this until we cast this. So that's a thing. Let's go ahead and get more spiders.
A gift in exchange for loyalty.
I'm not sure if I want to Meat Hook for 0 here or not. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Because now things get a little weird. Let's pass. Because now we may not want to Meat Hook now. Right? Now we've got all the bodies. We've got the life gain. Us having Lizette plus this Riveteer Overlook gives us bigger bodies. And kind of unlocks that situation a little bit. And we could even follow up with the Meat Hook for 1. Let some stuff die. And then get a bunch of triggers. Actually, I guess we only gain life when our opponent's stuff dies. So never mind. Scratch that. All right. Opponent may not attack here. Okay. All right. That's kind of okay here. Then we go with this. Actually, let's go ahead and do this. Gain or lose 1 life. We go to 9. I don't think we're at risk of dying to anything silly here, so we can kind of take our time. Even if they get a sweeper, it's not a huge deal. We have all this life we're going to gain, so it's fine. Let's play this. So I'm sure the opponent didn't see this coming. So how wild is this game? We went from like, oh, well, we're going to have to find a way to get this meat hook down to, nope, now we've got the creature advantage, and we're about to have even more life. And then we get to drain the opponent for 1 as well here, because we're going to gain a life. We'll just get black. And then everything gets a +1. And, you know what? I might attack with the token here. See how the opponent feels about it. Maybe we attack with 2 tokens. I don't know. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, it's pretty gross for them if they block, because then we'll just crack the treasure and make our stuff even bigger. And then that's even worse for them. Yeah, this is a pretty solid situation, all things considered. I mean, this is a damned if you do, damned if you don't. At least if you block with the adversaries, you get to gain some life. But, yeah, we'll just end the turn. Now, we do that another time or two, then you're talking about the possibility of us being able to... okay, what's the opponent doing here? I mean, we just split our blocks. Yeah, I'm not sure that does what you think it does. I mean, I guess technically turns 3 power blockers into 2 power blockers, but that doesn't really do much. All right, do we have a way we can gain life here? Our creatures aren't quite big enough so we can get away with a big meat hook. Though we could meat hook kill everything and then have Lizette plus some spiders getting bigger, so that's a thing. Though we have Valentin, so we may look at that. I think, though, this would be a -3 situation if we wanted to get flyers. So we kind of have to decide how much we want those flyers. I think I want to... Man, this is actually kind of interesting because we attack, that's 8. And then, yeah, I mean, I guess we do. I'm going to go ahead and play one of these. And I'm going to play one of these. Just so if we do actually get to gain life with this stuff, it amounts to something. I mean, block or don't. I don't mind either way. That's going to put counters on Loth as well. So, I mean, at some point, they either have to attack or block with these adversaries. And if our creatures get big enough next turn, then we just meat hook for 3, and then we have the only things left on the board as well. Yeah, this is not great for them, but they do have life gain, at least, with lifelink on their 2 adversaries. I almost considered attacking with Sedgemoor Witch here, actually. Since we don't have any spells in hand, that's almost a worthwhile trade just because it puts another counter on Loth. But because we're holding these meat hook maskers, if we can get it to a 4 toughness, that would give us a pretty significant advantage. Because leaving the opponent with just an apparition is mostly fine. Uh-oh, are we getting the rope? Are we getting the ever so lovely rope? Is this one of those moments? Nope. All right. They're going to block. All right. They're committing to a block. Committing to 2 blocks. Committing to 3 blocks. All right. Cool. I'm down. This is why we played those other creatures out. For this very reason. Like, we knew this was a thing. Oh, looks like we killed the audio in Arena, but that's fine. We're going to go ahead and make some spiders. And we'll end the turn. So now we should be good to go. Because now we just wipe the opponent's board next turn and have 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures. Yeah, that's it. Oh boy, I think this is bad. This could be worse. Okay, let's keep it and get rid of a Blight Priest. Only in the sense that, you know, maybe if we get lucky, we can get like double Sedgemoor Witch and then find a spell to gain a bunch of stuff. I don't really know. Maybe I should have just played Shambling Gas first. At least I would have gotten an attack in there, right? Yeah, I missed a point here because I could have just Shambling Gas on one. The only way this is better is if I would have drawn like maybe Galagreeters or something. But like otherwise, it's not really doing anything for us there. And speaking of, there's a Galagreeters late to the party. Yeah, we're gonna go with this though. No attacks. And maybe we're attacking with Sedgemoor Witches. I have a feeling this is just not going to go well for us. This is not a great situation. Not a great situation. If the opponent taps down mana, there are some scenarios here where like we can attack with the Shambling Gas, they block, we use the treasure to like meat hook for 2. That's still not great. I guess we can meat hook for... No, because we need the treasure. Gosh dang it. Not having land sucks. What are we looking to do here? Okay. This is where we see if getting the second Sedgemoor Witch matters, right? Because we attack with this. Get in for that bit. I mean, we're really putting it on the line here, because if they just land meat hook, we're kind of toast. I mean, it's not world-ending, but it's pretty rough. We do get to kill their Shigeki, though, so I guess that's a benefit. Just not an exciting one. But yeah, I was going to say, if you got a meat hook, you just do it here, right? I mean, we didn't have mana, so... I mean, not a lot's going on there. Alright. We'll try our best. Why do I feel this? Okay, I was thinking it might get shot for like 2 there. Yeah, not drawing land's a little bit rough here. And by a little bit, I mean a whole lot. Yeah, pretty much anything they have that's a threat here is bad for us. Truly. There's like nothing good that's going to come of this for us. Wow. Alright, let's attack. I doubt they'll block with it, but maybe. We get in for 1. Let's go ahead and play this. Sack this. We're just gonna get treasure. Yeah, I can't imagine doing anything else here. Oh, man, that's rough. Oh, that sucks. Wow, are we going to meat hook for 2 and just... Oh, bruh. That's brutal. That's brutal. I just have to end the turn. I don't even think I can justify meat hooking there. Like, that's just real bad. And I actually almost played Plumb the Forbidden first so that we could Shambling Gas. I mean, not Shambling Gas, but we could sacrifice a treasure do the Deadly Dispute, which might have been better, actually, because we would have got 2 cards off the plum. But, I think this is just, we're toast here. I don't think I want to overthink it. I'm just going to let the opponent do what they're going to do. I mean, because really, unless their hand's just blanks, I can't see how we're going to come out okay on this. Yeah. Makes sense. Let's move on. Opponent goes first, but I think we're going to keep this just because Shambling Ghast on defense aren't terrible. And there are some scenarios where we'll actually get the treasure and be happy. So I'm kind of okay with that. And if we do end up getting treasures and just getting into a Professor Onyx, that's not the worst situation. Okay, let's go ahead and play Adina here. She's going to be largely protected from stuff like Vanishing Verse. Obviously, Infernal Grasp still gets rid of her or whatever, but meh. Alright, seems like it was Infernal Grasp, or not Infernal Grasp, but Vanishing Verse. So let's try to keep that on top of mind here. Ooh, of things we may want to do or deal with. I think we attack with both. Now, admittedly, we are opening Dina up to getting hit with the Wandering Emperor here, which is a little sad. But I'm not totally sure what else we're going to do, so meh. Opponent's doing nothing. Okay, what are we doing here then? I mean, are they just going to sweep the board? Is that their plan next turn? I mean, if we use Dina to kill tokens, we're not really getting anywhere. And we missed a land here. Alright, I guess we just pass. Okay, they didn't play anything. So I feel like I'm willing to guess it's not a Wandering Emperor unless they're just super patient. But it's also not... Huh. Alright, this is very interesting just as a whole. Interesting choices. Alright, we'll just block, I guess. If the plan might be just sweep the board anyway here. I mean, maybe this is where you Wandering Emperor? I don't know. I mean, maybe they really needed a card. I have no idea what's happening right now. Oh, lol. Okay, fair enough.
Are you enraptured by my beauty? Or do you?
Lolf is what it is. So this is a bit of a problem because now we can't really use Professor Onyx. I mean, we can and then just force them to sacrifice... oh no, it's a creature, not even creature or planeswalker. So that doesn't even work. So we're really in a no man's land kind of situation here right now. Alright, well, we got nothing. Missing lands there took away all of our plays. Okay, yeah, let's keep this. Not really the traditional start for us. We'd like to have something on 2. But, I mean, you know, maybe this does something. Then again, maybe it doesn't, but we're about to find out. A Gallic Readers here would be kind of nice. Really. Or even a Dina. Either one. I'm not greedy. Both would be quality. And those are neither of the sorts. Okay, then. We'll just attack for 1. That did a whole lot of nothing for us. Yeah, and this deck's going to be hard for us to beat because they're going to be playing a lot of portable holes and things like that for all the exile effects. Only good news is we do have Trespassers, and for them to deal with the Trespassers, they have to discard some cards, so maybe that's important. We'll see. Alright. We take a hit. Another familiar. Sure. I mean, we're not going to really do much else here, so yeah, let's get it in. I mean, I kind of like what they're doing here, though. I mean, play a spell, get your Ledger Shredder bonus. Yep, that makes sense. Get rid of that, then you have to discard again. We'll get you some 2/2s on the Stonebinder Familiars. Alright. Meat Hook is nice, but probably not good enough here. Though, maybe we attack and just Meat Hook for 2? Or maybe we just Meat Hook for 2 first and keep our Trespasser? I mean, because if we don't, these Stonebinder Familiars are going to get out of control, and we don't have lands in hand, so that's a real problem. I'm just thinking, what are the odds of them blocking with their Ledger Shredder, and I don't think it's very high, so we're going to do this. And just play it safe. We do get to gain some life off that. We'll attack since they don't get to kill our guy, and we'll just drain them for another one here. I mean, it's a safe block for them, but it at least got another point in. We got to gain a life, so not the worst thing. I mean, they still might be able to play 2 spells and bump up their Ledger Shredder again. So we're not going to disrespect that. Huh. They let us have the Graveyard Glutton. I mean, I guess we attack? I mean, why not? We get to drain them for 2 at least, right? I mean, there could be some world where they want to hit it with an Iganjo effect or some such. I mean, but we get some damage out of it. And the opponent's just gonna take it? Huh. That feels strange. Alright, I guess we try. Okay, I guess that'll do it. Weird. Oh no, this is an easy mulligan. This one we'll keep. Let's scrap Sedgemaw Witch, I guess. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I don't think we're going to play Dina on 2, but there's a chance maybe we find Galagreeters and we at least want to try. Well, we didn't, so that didn't help a whole lot. Sometimes you just don't get the things you want to get. Alright, how bad is it? Fearless Fledgling. Interesting. Would not have expected to see that here. Alright, attack. Alright, let's see how this goes. Alright, this is like Selesnya +1s. Oh, nope, there's that. Cool, cool. Alright, I guess the plus side here, we cost the opponent a card, and then we get to Meat Hook for 2. Gaining some life with Dina to further drain the opponent. Don't hate that. And then we also get to drain them with the get back on the Trespasser. Alright. That was actually solid. Okay. And we get access to a Graveyard Trespasser. Alright, I'm going to assume they have a Wandering Emperor. But if so, whatevs. You got it, you got it.
Run away. You'll be safer.
I mean, kill the Glutton, exactly. You still got to discard, so that helps too.
I am almost sad to see.
All right, then we get the extra triggers. Oh, you know what? I messed up. I should have sacrificed the Glutton. I would have got an extra 3 damage in there. That was a mistake. Or I could have sacked that to the Deadly Dispute. There was a bunch of things I could have done there that would have been better. But yeah, I should have definitely took the extra 3 damage on the opponent there. I think that's a missed opportunity for sure. Maul, sure. We're gonna sack this. -1 there. Well, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. We will take that. That is actually a good set of cards to get there.
Strike fast and strike.
Unfortunately, I did not have a quality way to attack the opponent's life total here, because that would be special. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're 1 short of doing both of these. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to attack into the Wandering Emperor. Don't leave them a lot of good choices to play with there. All right.
That I may see you better.
Man, those werewolves did the real work in this game, honestly. They're the MVP. Like, I need that, what is it, the Kevin Durant meme right now. Like, you the real MVP. Because that ain't no lie right now. Yeah, let's draw a card.
My children will take
That is actually nice. Because then we get to play this. Gain some life, drain the opponent, even without attacking. Play this, drain the opponent. Get a land. Attack. Because these have menace. And at this point, don't really care if Lolth dies. Because, I mean, if they block our stuff, yeah. Alright, that was actually a pretty interesting adventure. And I think we learned a few things here that do work and don't work in this scenario. I think I'm actually willing to cut Professor Onyx because we just don't have enough spells to really utilize that. And I think we can turn that into another Sorin, which would help us anyway with just our mana situation. And as expected, Sedgemoor, which was fine. Not great, but fine. I think we can help that out by adding a couple more spells. But the Marauding Bright Priest was really bad. I mean, it was always, like, even having a 3-2, it's almost like it was only good when we were already winning, I think was a problem, right? It didn't help us the rest of the way. So I kind of want to just get rid of it. And in doing so, I think we can go ahead and drop 1 Plumb the Forbidden. Let's go up to just 4 Deadly Disputes. That still leaves us room for another card. We could opt to even cut a Deadly Disputes and play even just 1 more piece of spot removal there. I think is probably beneficial to us. And we could also mess around with, what is it, the Talisman, because I think people like seeing that card played, and I don't ever really play it. But in this scenario, I think I'd be okay with even just 1, because giving something Death Touch makes it to where your opponent doesn't really want to block, especially if it's on like a Pest token or something. But you do get to drain them, and if we have, like, I don't know, something like a Lizette already out, like getting able to pump your team, and, you know, you're going to get extra life drain from Dina. Like, stuff like that's going on there, so I don't really have a problem with it. But yeah, I think it actually works pretty well. And then again, still room for another removal card here. I don't know if it matters greatly, so I'm going to go ahead and say let's make it a Blood Chief's Thirst. And I think that's more... Actually, you know what? Talaman's cute, but I just don't think we do. I think we just need 2 Blood Chief's Thirst. Because there's even the games we lost that were actually pretty close. Had we been able to kill 1 more creature or 1 more Planeswalker, I think that would have got us home. So... yeah, I think this is what we're going to go with. I think this is a lot cleaner. Still leaves us a lot of creatures to work with. Still gives us a fair amount of triggers for stuff like Lizette. We still have the Galagreeters, the Dina, Graveyard Trespassers. Sedgemoor Witch now has a couple more spells to work with, so that's good. We moved in Sorin as more life gain instead of waiting on the Professor Onyx. So this is probably closer to being what we want it to be. But I will say this, I don't think I would take this on the ladder. I mean, in my experience, at best, this is like a 50-50 deck, probably a 45-55 deck. So you're just going to have weird draws sometimes. You're going to have stuff that doesn't really work out right. Now, if you want something just really fun to knock out your dailies, and you need to play black spells, green spells, whatever, yeah, go have a blast with this. But just know that if you're taking onto the ladder, I think you're taking your life into your own hands. And again, the changes could make a big difference as well, right? We had some games that were really close to being turned around and we were a spell or two short. So maybe these changes make a difference. So I'll leave it up to y'all to figure that out. But like I said, I think this is a play queue deck, not so much of an actual ladder deck, but I think it could be in the right scenarios depending on what your matchups are. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Assassin's Trophy, mostly because if you could see the trajectory of this thing, it was all over the place. Came out hyped, I think it was like $20 at pre-release. Then in Standard, it really got minimal use and dropped all the way down to just a couple of bucks at one point. I think it stayed around like 7 or 8. Then when it left Standard, it tanked for a bit. And then it actually started to climb pretty rapidly as more people started to play it in Pioneer. Though partly was just Pioneer coming into existence anyway. But now, even with it being reprinted, I think the cheapest version that just came out in Double Masters is actually like $7. So yeah, the cards had a wild ride. So if you were disappointed that they weren't worth anything and they were getting reprinted might tank the price, not so. The card's actually still worth a pretty good bit. Don't forget, like always, you can get all the information, get the deck list and everything down in the description below. And if you like this deck and you like playing Golgari, let me link another deck that you might have some fun with. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.